Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and the programs including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Tuesday, the 5th day of May 2020. In the headlines, Spice Mass 2020 is officially cancelled. Man caught on camera vandalizing Corp Bank's ATM. Government says stranded cruise ship workers to travel home soon. Government and Grenleg grant promised reduction in bills to Grenadians. In the sports news, former West Indies batting coach urges regional batsmen to be more like Chandapal. And in Around the Globe, the Bahamian Prime Minister accepts Health Minister's resignation. We invite you to stay with us. We are reporting the day's news. Good evening from the Grenada Broadcasting Network. I'm Kenroy. Baptiste. There will be no Spice Mass this year. That's the news coming out of the Spice Mass Corporation camp, ending any hope some may have had for the festival. The decision will greatly impact the country's economy, but it is seen as a small price to pay to keep the nation healthy and safe from COVID-19. Beverly Telesur reports.
Grenada, like the rest of the world, is trying to mitigate the wide-ranging effects of COVID-19 and has decided, as other countries in the region, not to host its largest and most viable festival of the year, Spice Mass. On Tuesday, the Spice Mass Corporation, in a release, said it recognized the great effort made by the local authorities to manage the spread of this disease. However, it impresses that an event the size and nature of Spice Mass can heavily impact the lives of citizens, especially with possible second waves of the virus being reported worldwide. Consequently, SMC saw it fit to cancel Spice Mass 2020. According to the corporation, the difficult decision, which will impact the many stakeholders, was finalized after discussions with public health officials and other stakeholders. SMC is, however, confident that it is the right decision to safeguard public health and safety. In hindsight, the release expressed SMC's optimism that the cancellation provides an extended time frame for proper planning and execution of a bigger and better Spice Mass 2021. GBN spoke to some of the major producers and artists on how they would be affected by this new development.
Well, as a music producer, I would say basically is that now we have to wait until next year to release all the work we've been putting in and been organizing for this upcoming season. So at the end of the day, is shortage of money.
So as an artist, no events, no shows, no activities mean there's no income from there's no bookings, so there's no income. So that would be a blow to whatever my annual income would have been, and therefore that no carnival would be a huge problem.
The artists and producers who use this season to, generate some income, it's a bit unfortunate that, that wouldn't be the case this year. But I think that we all should, think positively and take something out from this. We always should have like a backup plan, and when one doesn't work, then we could always venture into the other. But it's all about safety. It's all about getting rid of COVID-19.
For me personally, I've been affected, here in Carnival Camp. I never been through that. I heard that, rain fell and, we move it to the Carnival Tuesday to the Saturday. I heard all that, But this one here, like I'm still in the dream.
The release stated, and I quote, "As we all work together to flatten the curve and banish this disease from our country and region, we urge all our stakeholders and supporters to follow the measures which have been recommended so that we can quickly recover and continue building a safe, strong and resilient Grenada." End of quote. GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
The story to report: government has announced that the promised reduction in electricity bills to consumers will be applied to bills issued from Monday, the 4th of May. A statement in collaboration with Grenada Electricity Services Grenlec released this afternoon said collectively a sum of over $10 million is expected to be contributed towards this initiative, with government providing in excess of $7 million over the 3 months and Grenlec contributing $1 million every month for a total of $3 million. Government will make its contribution to the reduction through payments to Grenlec. Neither government nor Grenlec will benefit from the discount. While government's electricity bills will also show the reduction, this is only to facilitate on-time billing. Government will not actually benefit from the reduction. Customers can expect to see 2 credits on their bills over the next 3 months, one from government and the other from Grenlec, which, when combined, will total 30% of the fuel and non-fuel amounts. Well, police are investigating the vandalism of one of Grenada Cooperative Bank's ATMs in St. George after someone attempted to dismantle the machine in search of cash. Blossom Alexis Welch was on the scene on Tuesday.
One man is assisting the Royal Grenada Police Force with investigations into a futile attempt to rob an ATM machine of the Grenada Cooperative Bank at the institution's main office on Church Street in St. George's. GBN News understands that at around 1:30 a.m., the lone assailant left one of 2 teller machines in pieces, but by noon, he was already picked up by the police. The man reportedly used a cutlass and a piece of iron in an attempt to relieve the machine of its contents. His actions were captured on security cameras set up in and around the teller machines, and the surveillance videos were provided to the RGPF by officials at the bank, which subsequently led to his arrest. While he was successful in damaging the machine beyond repair, he failed in his quest to make himself richer. According to reports, the assailant left empty-handed, and the safe is safe. Reporting from in front of the Cooperative Bank on Church Street in St. George's, Blossom Alexis Welsh, GBN News.
Cruise ship workers may soon touch down on home soil. That's according to Health Minister Nicholas Steele. Both Minister Steele and COVID-19 Committee Coordinator Dr. George Mitchell were guests on Monday's Beyond the Headlines with host Odette Campbell. More on the cruise ship workers in this report.
Minister for Health Nicholas Steele says arrangements have been made with small hotels to accommodate cruise workers on their return. This, he says, will be done in phases depending on the amount they can accommodate. The minister said at present 2 options are being considered as discussions continue.
The cruise ships have made an arrangement with the OECS government to return the employees who are citizens of the various OECS islands. That is part of their contractual obligation to those employees, that in the same way that they facilitated the employees leaving Grenada and coming to work on the cruise ship. At the end, or if they are putting them on furlough or sending them home, they have to bring them back home.
The health minister explained that the other possible option appears risky. He says this involves moving the cruise workers from one central location to one Caribbean island and then move them to their various islands. This poses a challenge, which he says is being discussed to ensure that citizens are not put at risk in their attempt to get home and that the citizens who are here are not exposed in any way.
The option that some of the cruise lines are looking at is to have a chartered flight, bring them in from one central location. The issue with that is the complications logistically to handle that, i.e. if that central location is the USA or Miami or Florida, where most of the cruise ships might be.
The health minister gave the assurance that they will be in complete isolation for the duration of 14 days, with no interaction except that of monitoring by medical teams. With the aim of following strict protocol, the minister spoke on how they intend to handle their return.
The arrangement right now is one of two options depending on the cruise line. One of the cruise lines has requested that one of their cruise ships come through the OECS islands and drop off in each of the islands the citizens of those islands. We will, under a very controlled environment, have those individuals immediately and directly brought by health personnel to a special quarantine facility, which also will include a series of testings of those individuals before they get here, before they disembark, while they're here, and before they're allowed to leave the quarantine.
Health Minister Nicholas Steele talking there. Well, Health Minister Nicholas Steele says while they have not found the source of contact for patient 15, his team is positive that it was not from a cargo ship, as some people are speculating. He said there are strict protocols in place for all cargo boats entering and leaving Grenada. We get more.
The crew on the cargo boat that patient 15 interacted with were tested for COVID-19, and the Minister of Health, Nicholas Steele, confirmed all the results returned negative. Minister Steele on GBN's Beyond the Headlines on Monday said the result cleared the air on all speculations that patient 15 would have contracted the virus by interacting with passengers from the vessel. The minister said there are strict protocols in place for workers on cargo vessels coming to Grenada.
The process is automated from the point of view that our stevedores do their part without interacting with the crew. Similarly, with sand, we had a barge with sand where the trucks would reverse onto the barge, but the loader is operated by the ship and they load it, so there's no interaction there either. And also with any of the other products that have been coming in thus far, there has not been a one-on-one interaction, although we are cautious and we monitor all of those who are involved in that task.
COVID-19 Response Committee Coordinator Dr. George Mitchell, who was also a guest on the show, explains that along with the existing protocol, new ones has been established.
I was in contact with the organizers of that particular vessel, and as well as with the management of Port Authority. And one of the things that we institute is that every single crew member must be made known before the vessel sails to anywhere, and in this particular case to Trinidad and Tobago. So if they were the captain and 4 crew, we would have made sure that those are the ones that would go, and those are the same ones that would come back, because there was this uncertainty that persons can use the opportunity to leave Trinidad and to come back to Grenada and maybe introduce the virus in that way. But that we ensured does not happen by ensuring that the crew that goes, the same crew that's returned.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
You're watching News at 7. Still to come from us, shopkeeper left traumatized after discovery of strange items. We'll talk about that soon in a while.
wings. At home and overseas, the seeds we've sown for you have borne fruit endlessly. Every challenge we'll accept, do our part with love and care. Republic gives its heart to you, and with you our lives we will share. Republic Bank, we're the one for
you. Dear customer, please help us limit the potential impact of COVID-19. If you have cold, flu, or COVID-19 symptoms, please postpone your visit to Grenlec and ask someone you trust to do your business for you. We recommend using online banking to make payments, available through Co-op Bank, Republic Bank, and FCIB. You can also use check drop boxes at each of our locations. For bill balances and other information, call 237. For additional support, email customersupport@grenlec.com. If you choose to visit, you may have to wait outside because of the social distancing requirements. Our service may be slow, so please be patient with us. Have your account number handy to expedite service. Wishing you, your family, and employees health and wellness at this time.
The NIS is committed to your well-being and continues to provide the same excellent service to you from the safety of your home or office. Therefore, from April 2020, all remittances must be submitted electronically to nisremit@nisgrenada.org. The e-remittance template can be downloaded from our website at www.nisgrenada.org/e-submission. Alternatively, you can provide us with your email address and the required Excel spreadsheet will be sent to you. Call 440-3309 or chat with us on social media for more information. NIS, serving you because we care.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 350 local anywhere calls and texts. With the always-on prepaid plans, all for $25. Keep your number when you switch to Grenada's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Our superheroes are all among us. They don't wear capes nor have superpowers. In fact, they appear to be quite ordinary. They are the ones who provide us with food. They are our farmers, our grocery store workers, our vendors. They are our fishermen. They are the ones who heal us, our doctors and medical practitioners. They are the ones who protect us, our police officers. They are all the other essential workers who make this period bearable. And how can we forget our teachers, dedicated to educating our children no matter the circumstance? To everyone who is doing their part to make sure the wheel keeps turning, Ariza says, thank you.
It's new, innovative and classy, and it cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
overseas. The seeds we've sown for you have borne fruit endlessly. Every challenge we'll accept, do our part with love and care. Republic gives its heart to you, and with you our lives we will share. Republic Bank, we're the one for
Hello again. A businesswoman in St. Andrew was left shaken on Monday after making a disturbing discovery of suspicious objects at a small shop. Rena Pear has her story.
Nesta Courtney of Subi St. Andrews said she was in shock early Monday morning when she was greeted by a disturbing object attached to her place of business at around 6 a.m. The traumatized single mom said the object, which was later identified as a doll, was attached to the front of her shop, along with other mysterious substances and symbols on and around her business.
I see the dolly hanging from his neck, tied onto my shop where the padlock is, and it have one hand, one foot. The dolly color is a brown with a light purple dress. When I looked closer, I see that it had paint on the shop. I stand up, I say, Lord of mercy, what I have done to people. When I look down to the ground, I see powder scatters from in front of the shop, go right to where I put my table. When I look towards the road, I see in the road they make the same symbol, like a star. I was like, Lord. I turn around, I see another dolly foot on the other side of the shop. And on top of the wall, there was a blue substances on the wall. I was like, Lord of mercy. So I say, God, what I've done, I took the plastic bag, I took down and unlocked the shop, I took down the dolly, and I go to the inside of the shop to make sure everything okay. And when I look, everything was okay. I closed it back, I threw the dolly across over on the other side, left going up, and I explained everything to my neighbor. She said, Miss Courtney, go back and burn that dolly.
Miss Courtney said a few years back her shop was burnt to the ground in that same village, but the persons responsible were caught. She explains that while she has no idea who could have done this recent act, she is terrified for her life and her livelihood as the shop is her only income.
I don't know who's doing it. I don't know what I've done to people. I'm a single mother with 7 children, trying to make an honest dollar for my children to go to school and to upkeep. I don't have another job than owning it. I have no idea. I'm asking the public to please look into towards that for me, please, because I'm so scared. I am so scared of my shop and myself. I have no idea who's doing it to me. The police, I know they're going to work towards that, but please, I'm begging them, please, to look towards that.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
Well, the possibility of local eggs and meat prices increasing has been discussed or queried in some circles. You see, several poultry farmers have questioned whether they should charge more for eggs and meat, as they had to pay 50% more for the emergency supply of feed sourced by the association. We get more in this report.
These concerns from poultry farmers are believed to be a misplaced or misconstrued understanding of the purpose and intent of the emergency supply of feed brought in by the association. President of the Grenada Association of Poultry Producers, Jason Phillips, says he does not expect prices to increase despite the increased production cost. He notes that farmers had the choice of paying for feed that was more expensive or lose their entire flock.
We know that there's no mechanism in place where we as the farmers can pass that cost downstream. So this is something that is going to be absorbed 100% by the farmers, because the vendors who purchase the meats, the vendors who purchase the eggs, they are not in a position where I'm certain to negotiate any price changes at this point. So the consumers will not be feeling an effect in terms of price change. This situation is 100% on the backs of the farmers.
The president says the rippling effects of the pandemic have been shouldered entirely by the farmers, and though the association cannot dictate to an individual farmer their prices, they are not fully in control.
When you look at market forces, these forces dictate that the farmer is not truly in control of how he sells his product. So farmers are actually pressured at this point to ensure that they maintain their market share by towing the line very closely. And as such, it's a very dangerous position for a farmer, and as such, on a business line, it's a very difficult decision.
Mr. Phillips says the association has absorbed a percentage of the cost. However, the total cost is being shared with the farmers, who have to pay their mortgages and monthly bills.
We have to keep in mind that a moratorium has been given on loans and interest, but when you look in terms of what the moratorium is giving, farmers who have been given a moratorium still have to pay compound interest for the duration of time that they will not be able to pay their premium. Literally speaking, this is compounding additional costs on the backs of farmers, because at the ending of the moratorium period, the interest would be 3 times higher than what you normally would pay on a monthly basis. So I don't know who is helping who, but at this point in time, farmers, we are crying out, we are bleeding, and we're still supporting our economy.
He adds that with the hurricane season approaching, farmers cannot handle another crisis internally, and made a plea for help on behalf of the association. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The reopening of on-site operations at St. George's University is being carefully considered by government and campus officials. However, students and faculty continue online courses and services until the 1st of August. By then, a decision on returning will be made by campus officials. Akeisha Felix has more.
The St. George's University campus remains vacant since the institution closed its doors in mid-March and repatriated most of its foreign students back to their countries because of the coronavirus outbreak. Since then, students in Grenada and abroad have been continuing their courses online. Dr. Glenn Jacobs, Provost at the St. George's University, said the reopening of the campus is being considered among the government and SGU.
Our Chancellor, Dr. Charles Modica, is a committee member on the post-COVID-19 task force led by the government. SGU empathizes with the concerns of the Grenadian citizens and businesses that are committed to serving our community. Our students will continue with online courses and services until at least August 1st, 2020. And we will continue to provide professional expertise and donate medical equipment to the Ministry of Health to help the Grenadian community navigate the challenges of this global health crisis.
Dr. Jacobs said students and faculty will continue with online courses and services until August 1st.
The school's leadership, in close collaboration with the Government of Grenada, is continuing to evaluate when and in what manner it is safe for students and faculty to resume on-site operations on the Grenada campus. Grenada has been home to our True Blue campus since its inception 44 years ago, and SGU is enthusiastically participating in the efforts to reopen Grenada as the pandemic eventually subsides.
Officials from the university said a solid decision on students returning to campus will be made by August 1st, 2020. Meanwhile, the university continues to be one of the most focal medical points of support during this coronavirus pandemic and has pledged its unwavering support to the government and people of Grenada. Akeisha Felix for GBN News.
Before the break, the Ministry of Tourism and Civil Aviation has granted the request of the Marine and Yachting Association of Grenada relative to the resumption of yachting facilitation during this COVID-19 period. According to a press release issued by the Ministry of Tourism, approval has been granted for the implementation of its proposal, which involves currently unmanned yachts lying in Grenada's waters to be hauled up for servicing. The Commissioner of Police is the designated authority on the advice of Cabinet for providing to the Marine and Yachting Association of Grenada the implementing protocols for all transition activities. We can tell you too that the Ministry of Tourism says it continues to work diligently to ensure that all necessary precautionary measures are in place and observed for a smooth and safe transition of all yachting services and personnel as it tries to curb the spread of COVID-19 in Grenada. Still ahead from us, opposition leader Tobias Clemens says Grenadians have been calling for help as they grapple with the impact of COVID-19. We'll be back.
The Grenada Distillers Limited joins the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique in the fight against COVID-19. Only together we can beat this pandemic. As a corporate citizen, we have temporarily stopped the production of rum, and our focus has been on the production of a sanitizing solution to assist in the fight against this dreadful pandemic. We have commenced free distribution to the senior citizens' homes, children's homes, and other vital organizations around the country, and made this product available to you at supermarkets and pharmacies island-wide. We encourage you to please listen and obey the guidelines issued by our health authority and the Royal Grenada Police Force. Together, and only together, we can beat COVID-19.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load with tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with Tropical. Can't wait. No package too big, too small. I cannot wait to ship with Tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with Tropical.
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. Telephone number 440-8787 or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life. The Esplanade Mall, something for everyone. Go on a shopping spree today and experience some magic.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 70 channels and 12 in HD. All for $200 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
This is news at 7. Opposition leader Tobias Clements says Grenadians have been calling him for help as they grapple with the impact of COVID-19. Speaking with GBN's To The Point host Blossom Alexis Welch on Tuesday, Clements said that farmers and small traders are the ones who feel very defeated. He said the stories he received are heartbreaking.
The boat from Trinidad will come in on Thursday, Friday, and they have perishable goods in the cargo hold of the boat, and like if they were refused to be the goods to be cleared, so the goods would have to wait until Monday, and by Monday they complain that the potato, the carrots, and other perishable goods they spoil. And remember now, I mean, one lady called me and she said that, well, she looked at the situation. Everybody is bringing in sugar from Trinidad. There is a shortage of brown sugar. She used the last monies that she had to purchase from Trinidad 300 bags of sugar, and she paid the duty, but they just refused to give her the and the lady was in tears.
Clements said that since taking up office, he has received numerous calls for assistance in publicizing people's concerns.
I'm almost wanting to say that some of the calls that I have received so far remind me of the treatment of some of our people by others after we went through the difficult time with Ivan. When just put some people in leadership position or in a position of authority, and they want to flex their muscles and flex themselves, not thinking that it's their brothers and sisters that are at the receiving end. But these things go deep and it hurts.
Clements said that people's concerns range from salary cuts to price hikes. Well, according to him, he will name his senators before the end of this month. This was one of the disclosures he made during Tuesday's To The Point program with Blossom Alexis Welch.
I kept to my chest, and I could tell you, Blossom, that it's close enough in terms of when I would do it. I've had probably over the past couple of days some final ironing out to do, which I did, and I have gathered together a number of people around me, and we will meet and we will plan the way forward for moving forward with an organization that is worthy of the Grenadian people in terms of taking this country forward on a platform, on a trajectory of real and sustainable development.
Now, a group of community-based farmers in the north of the island, commonly challenged with issues of accessing and storing water, especially in the dry season, has received equipment that will help with overcoming current challenges. Rena Pear tells us more.
Over 10 members of the Cambore Farmers Group in St. Patrick under the Cambore Irrigation Project equipment have been provided with affordable climate resilience, community-based water harvesting, storage and distribution systems. The installation of the equipment will raise the agricultural productivity, increase incomes and the quality of the farmers' livelihood. These farmers are prone to the impact of climate change and are unable to farm efficiently during the rainy season because of floods and in the dry season due to drought. The project, worth $70,375 was made possible through financial support provided under the Japan-Caribbean Climate Change Partnership and a collaborative effort by the United Nations Development Program and the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands.
Ministry of Agriculture provided technical assistance with the designing of the system, the procurement of the equipment, and also will help to oversee the installation of the equipment. The equipment consists of polyethylene pipes, 4-inch thick electric pump, a polyethylene lining to line the ponds so that they would not leak, welding machine to weld the pipes, which will substantially reduce the costs of having to use couplings. Now the project on completion would benefit over 30 farmers.
That's Acting Chief Land Use Officer Trevor Thompson. As the world battles this COVID pandemic, this new equipment will help to increase production and drive the reduction of imports.
We'll expect to see that there will be an increased production of locally produced food crops and vegetables. In the long term, what that could result in is our local farmers reclaiming their market share because there's going to be a lot more locally produced agricultural products. There would definitely be a reduction in imports.
This project explores the option of pumping water from the St. Patrick Munfendu River up through Highgate into storage ponds on the estate. 30 cattle farmers will also benefit when the lines are extended to their farms to provide water for growing feed and for drinking for their animals. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
All right, time for this evening's GBN Eye Saw. Compliments Clear Vision Eye Center.
A good eye captures all. GBN EyeSaw is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. We're changing the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight's EyeSaw features an aerial photograph of Annandale Waterfalls in St. George. Annandale Falls can be found in a village in St. George Northeast. The drone shot was taken by young photographer Kareem Gilbert. You can send in your photo and video submissions via our social media platforms.
Stay with us, the weather coming up. And in the sports news, a former West Indies batting coach urges regional batsmen to be more like Shivnarine Chandapur.
Communal, we are adapting to meet the changing needs of our shareholders and members. Times are changing, and with the changing times comes a whole new way to do business. Our parents may have done their banking a different way. Communal's state-of-the-art online banking and international debit card allows members to do business with great ease. It's like literally having a branch in your very own hands. Need a loan? Apply online from the comfort of your own home anywhere in the world, and your request will be dealt with remotely. Want to transfer between your accounts or another shareholder? No wait time for transactions to update. Voila! Who needs receipts when you can receive them via e-statements on your mobile device and save the environment? Not a communal member? You can join our family today by applying online. At Communal, we see you working hard to ensure that you save, invest, and grow. Communal, join us today. This will be the best financial decision you have ever made. My name is Hollis Mr. Killamap, and I endorse this message.
The Grenada Distillers Limited joins the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique in the fight against COVID-19. Only together we can beat this pandemic. As a corporate citizen, we have temporarily stopped the production of rum, and our focus has been on the production of a sanitizing solution to assist in the fight against this dreadful pandemic. We have commenced free distribution to the senior citizens' homes, children's homes, and other vital organizations around the country, and made this product available to you at supermarkets and pharmacies island-wide. We encourage you to please listen and obey the guidelines issued by our health authority and the Royal Grenada Police Force. Together, and only together, we can beat COVID-19.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique valid for tonight and on the following 3 days. Weather tonight, partly cloudy with a low chance of a few brief isolated showers. Tonight's minimum temperature, 26 degrees Celsius. Wind easterly to southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves up to 7 feet in open water. A small craft advisory is in effect, so please be mindful of that. Tides low at 7:45 p.m., high at 2 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 5:47. The weather on Wednesday, the 6th day of May, partly cloudy, windy and hazy, with a low chance of a few brief nighttime showers. On Thursday the 7th, mostly fair and windy, and on Friday the 8th, mostly fair and windy. Sports news up next. Hello sporting fans. Former West Indies batting coach Toby Radford has urged Caribbean batsmen to emulate Shivnarine Chandapal if they want to find the kind of consistency that leads to a successful career. Chandapal retired from international cricket in 2016 after an incredible, if unheralded, career that saw him score 30 test centuries and 11,867 test runs. His tenacity, refusing to give his wicket away cheaply, became a trademark for the soft-spoken Guyanese batsman. Radford believes that batsmen in the Caribbean have been lacking in the kind of application shown by Chandapal during his playing days. In the recently truncated season of the West Indies 4-day championship, no batsman scored more than 2 centuries, and in addition, only 3 batsmen scored more than 600 runs during the season. We can tell you the numbers bring into sharp focus the apparent inability of the batsmen to remain at the crease for long enough periods to score heavily. West Indies all-rounder Andre Russell admits that, like many others, he is more than eager to see the back of the coronavirus pandemic in order to get back to doing what he loves to do best, and that is hitting sixes. The power slugger, however, also has another important reason to want to see the virus contained, and that is to get his family back together. Russell's wife and newborn daughter were both in Miami in the United States when travel restrictions were enforced there, while the Jamaican was in his homeland. The player hopes to once again feel the excitement of the Indian Premier League, IPL, which has been postponed indefinitely amid the outbreak. For Russell, nothing compares to the excitement of the IPL and facing his home crowd at Eden Gardens. And the impact of the coronavirus could cost the England and Wales Cricket Board £380 million. Its chief executive, Tom Harrison, has told the Digital, Culture, Media and Sport Committee there will be no professional cricket in England until at least the 1st of July, and the 100, the governing body's flagship new competition, has been postponed until 2021. Speaking to MPs on Tuesday, Harrison added that 800 days of cricket could be lost by all professional clubs and the ECB. England are due to play West Indies and Pakistan this summer, with Ireland and Australia also originally penciled in for one-day tours. That is the sports news for now. In a while, around the globe. The Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Dr. Hubert Ipminis, has accepted the resignation of Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands. In a statement, the Prime Minister thanks Sands for his service to the Bahamas, including during the novel coronavirus pandemic. The resignation comes after revelation last week that 6 American permanent residents were allowed to disembark a plane along with a donation of COVID-19 test kits and swabs amidst the country's border closure. Sands initially told reporters that only 2 people disembarked the plane, advising during a press conference that he was not sure whether there were more. President of Guyana, David Granger, promises to abide by the results of the process as he maintains that he has never interfered with, intervened or intruded in the work of the Elections Commission.
The Guyana Elections Commission.
More in this report.
Announcement of the start of the recount on Wednesday, President David Granger reiterated that he will accept the declaration of the results by the Elections Commission, which will allow for a democratically elected government to be sworn into office.
General and regional elections were free, fair and orderly. Subsequent events resulted in the prolongation of the electoral process well beyond the deadline for the declaration results.
As he awaits the declaration of the elections results, the Guyanese head of state reminded that he agreed also that a high-level team from the Caribbean Community CARICOM would be allowed to function only within the framework of the Constitution, under the aegis of the Commission and the rulings of the court.
CARICOM approved and arranged for a 5-member high-level team to travel to Guyana. The team was expected to observe the recount and submit its report to the chairman or heads of government of the Caribbean community.
A smaller team has since arrived and is expected to remain in Guyana throughout the duration of the recount.
Guyanese, I am satisfied that the hurdles have been cleared for the Elections Commission to conduct the recount, and that the Commission Secretariat is fully prepared to execute its mandate. I am pleased to learn that the CARICOM high-level team has arrived in Guyana to observe the recount process in response to the Commission's request.
President Granger reminded that the Elections Commission must be allowed to do its work in accordance with the Constitution, as he urged all Guyanese to be patient as the country awaits the outcome of the national recount. Handel Duncan, GBN Nightly News.
Thank you so much. All right, this other one to report. In many parts of the U.S., gatherings are prohibited, but people are not barred from going outdoors. Nicer weather is bringing more people outside, which means more challenges for law enforcement.
Protesters defied shelter-in-place orders and descended on California's state capitol over the weekend. Some framed the issue as one of personal freedom. others as economic survival. Many were not wearing masks as they gathered closely together, nor were the police officers they confronted. Dozens were arrested.
Throughout most of the country, gatherings are prohibited, but going outside is not. And here in New York's Central Park, people have been coming out to enjoy the warmer weather, often under the watchful eye of police officers charged with maintaining social distancing measures.
City officials say most New Yorkers are complying, but police issued at least 50 court summonses for violations over the weekend. And in this case, caught on video by a bystander, 3 people were eventually arrested after police approached a group for congregating. The mayor says this incident also involved drugs.
Incidents like this is a rarity. But clearly there was more going on here, as the commissioner just said, than a typical social distancing enforcement situation.
The officer seen hitting a man has been placed on desk duty as the incident is investigated.
All right, thanks for that. Just have to be so careful even as easements are being rolled out in a time like this. All right, we have to leave you for now, but first a reminder of the headlines. Spice Mass 2020 is officially cancelled. Man caught on camera vandalizing Corp Bank's ATM. Government says stranded cruise ship workers to travel home soon. Government and Grenleg grant promised reduction in bills to Grenadians. In the sports news, former West Indies batting coach urges regional batsmen to be more like Shivnarine Chanderpaul. And in around the globe, the Bahamian Prime Minister accepts Health Minister's resignation. All right, that is all from us in the GBN newsroom. Thank you so much for joining us. Do take care. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.